Rangers gave Rangers civilian powers. That's sort of what each Ranger has here. Like, everyone specializes in something magical. For Yora, it's fortune telling. She could read from a crystal ball, which comes in handy at times. Kai's is alchemy. Hoka can shapeshift. Tsubasa specializes in potions. And Makito's is his powers focus on plant growth, I guess. Which would make sense considering he's a farmer. So, aside from that, I actually have plenty to talk about now before we go any further. Not specifically their roll call, but the titles they all have. They're the magicians of the 5 colors. So each one is like the magician of the red, the magician of the blue, like stuff like, what a title. Like, I am the magician of the red, Magi red. It's just, that's just something you don't ever hear so often. Just like being referred by a color so much. Like, not like being a ranger and all, but just a title like I'm wearing, like, imagine if I was wearing purple. Would that make me the magician of the purple? that's just something that's just so wow to me. And so, now I want to talk about the first set of monsters in this show, the Hades Beasts. There's something refreshing about having monsters that are, well, monsters. Like, nowadays, we're so used to this person's evil and they're doing bad things for bad reasons for monsters. But here, monsters are beasts and they just hunt and eat people. And I actually quite like that. It helps that the monsters in this show are based off of actual mythical creatures. Like, for example, from the first episode, the first monster of the week ever was a troll. And another one was, that we'll see later in a couple, actually in like 2 episodes, is the cockatrice, which turned people into stone so it could eat them. That alone scared me. Seeing all those people turn to statues just creeped me out. But yeah, plenty of examples and times in the show. But now let's get back to the show. Stage 3, Ride the Magic Dragon. We're properly introduced to Mandora Boy, a talking plant who was their mother's helper in putting together all the things the team would need for their fight against Infernacia. So, we formally meet him by the 3rd episode, but we do see him in episode 1 when he gives his end of the episode recaps on new spells the team learns, where he kept his identity vague. But here we know who he is and makes quite the impression, because episode 3 starts with everyone cleaning the lair, and Kai uproots him and he screams like hell, knocking everyone out. Which, while that is a gag, it's also a reference for the type of plant he's based off of. That is a mandrake plant. From what I looked up, the mandrake plant is a common ingredient used in witchcraft, and its scream could kill you if you uproot it. So there's that fact for you. I wonder if there was ever a toy of him sold, because his design and him are adorable. Like, I loved it when in the 3rd episode he sang a song of Plot Expedition. Like, that was cute. And the song was, well, everyone's part of the team. And Kai and Makito butt heads over who should be team leader, since Kai's position is first and Makito's is last. Huh, that's interesting, considering for their roll call, Green's first, and their roll call order goes from oldest to youngest, which is actually pretty nice. So, was I? Oh yeah. Like, Kai's position of the team is first and Makito's last, so that would mean that Kai's the leader of the team, right? It shouldn't. And speaking as an older sibling, I don't blame him for calling that BS. But more importantly, in Stage 3, the older siblings gain a new spell to form Magi Dragon, a 4-point combination where they become a dragon and Magi Phoenix, well, rides them. And let's talk about the dragon form, because it doesn't look bad here, but I think I may like it more in Gokaiger, where it's, well, red. Well, I say that because, well, think about the Magi Dragon in Gokaiger. It's more colorful, as opposed to here where, well, it doesn't look bad. It has its wings, it has its dragon head and tail, like, I don't know why, like, this doesn't look bad. It is still pretty cool.
And one episode later, we get one of my favorite mechs in all of Sentai and Power Rangers, Magi King.
Magi King is a beautiful mech. I love the color separation, like red on top, green in the middle, blue on the bottom. It looks beautiful. I don't care that we don't see anything from Yellow because he's on the back, but bro, Yellow is on the back, but he is the wings of the mech, to which we will see it fly a couple of times. But bro, another thing that I like, another thing that I love too, because of Magi King, intricate mech combinations, because this is essentially everyone piling on green, but it works so well because you have red and pink all on the chest, and yes, pink is also on the chest, like right there in the middle where you see that dip of pink. But yeah, and of course again, you have yellow on the back to be the wings, but it just, everything here is so solid, put together, and it's just so, like, Magi King just, it carries itself to be so grand, and I love it. And of course, it does wear a hat because it is still a magic user. But oh my god, I love Magi King. Like, it's my favorite. I can't help it. So, Stage 5, we have the introduction of a particular character named Yamazaki. She and Kai go to school together, and Kai has a huge crush on her, but she instead has a crush on him as Magi Red. I bother to mention her because she's a recurring character for this show, and her subplot comes up every now and then when we see her. Like, another fact about her is that we've seen her actress before in W as the Nazca Dopon's younger sister. It's like, it took me a moment to realize that, thinking, have I seen her before? But then I looked her up to see that, yeah, she was in W. That's where she had a shorter haircut. She also makes a cameo in Gokaiger, where she still has her plushie of, like, Magi Red. Stage 6. Woolzard absorbs the team's energy from a previous battle and creates his own bipedal mech formation called Woolkaiser. Now, Woolkaiser is scary cool. Like, once again, all the colors, black, purple, gold, it is scary cool. And it's amazing seeing a horse mech in a Sentai and how they could make it work. Like, once again, intricate mechs all around. And from here, this being a horse and a person together, it's so beautiful. And thanks to Woolkaiser, he steals the team's ability to form Magi King, and with it, opens a portal powerful enough to allow Bronkin to come through the surface world. This episode was intense. Every time they fought Wolzard, he edges them on to be stronger, especially Kai, because he sees a powerful magician in him to challenge. And then you have their spell to form Magi King stolen from them. It raises a question of how simple and how complex magic is to now give the individual mechs more screen time. The one thing I was perplexed about was Kai showing inner potential pretty early on. Don't get me wrong, other times we'll see it and it fits more there because time and experience they put in. But here, it felt like it came in clutch too well because Kai aura farms resisting Bronkin and seals him back to the surface world. At a cost, mind you. The next episode, Kai's knocked out for a bit because pulling off a spell beyond your magical level will exhaust you. The more I think about it too, the more I appreciate that for all of them. Just saying they still have ways to go. And that you can't say Kai's God-moded since he faces consequences while others you could name, well, don't.
Stage 9, Fiery Friendship Fusion. Brankin wants Wolzard to send him back up, and he just won't do it and wants to keep Magiranger's Magi King magic for himself. So he backstabs him by having Valkyria shoot and injure him while he's in battle with the Magirangers. And while he's injured and retreats, Kai recklessly charges after him in the middle of the spell and instead gets transported away with Wolzard's horse, leaving Wolzard behind.
Wolzard and Bronkin confront each other, and Wolzard screws him over again by giving the Magi King magic to a monster of the week. Meanwhile, Kai and Bankarian are in an unknown dimension together, and Kai would have left the horse behind since it helped Wolzard kill his mother.
But then he has a change of heart when he realizes the horse took the brunt of the shot, having the arrow stick out of it. So he uses magic to get the arrow out, and the horse repays him by getting them back out of there and combining together to beat the monster of the episode.
Let's talk about the combination Fire Kaiser, because it is fire. Like, I love Fire Kaiser. I that's all I can say. I love Fire Kaiser. It has a more natural feel combining with the horse. Like, it just fits so perfectly together. Like, I don't know what to say about it. It just, everything with this works with, and once again, there's double meaning here. The fact that Bankurion could combine with Wolzard and can combine with Kai. But Fire Kaiser itself, it's beautiful. The red with the black and gold, just looking badass. And its finisher is phenomenal too. But oh my lord, Fire Kaiser, it's that mech. And with the monster's defeat, they get their magic back, but Bankurion returns to Wolzard, as he is Wolzard's companion. Conveniently, there's a reason why Bronkin doesn't just come up and go onto the surface world, because there's a particular seal to keep him locked out, and they've mentioned this before to come up later. There's a key to open Infernicia's gate. But where is it? We don't know. Up to now, Valkyria has been free to come up and go, and the Hades beasts use Wolzard's magic to come up and go. But the set of monsters, the solitary confinement Hades beasts, have magical resistance to them, so they don't need Wolzard's magic to get through. Stage 14, we get a new weapon to their arsenal, the Magi Punch, a pair of boxing gloves. Yes, I am serious. The monster of the week was a boxing monster, so these came in handy for that. And the act of courage displayed to reward them was Kai putting off his date with Yamazaki to be there for his family. Doesn't magic have a way to tell you, ha ha, suck it? But this episode also tells us that Tsubasa was a boxer, and he had to quit boxing to, well, focus being a Magiranger for the time being. But wow, a new weapon for their arsenal, and it's just a pair of boxing gloves. Stage 16, the key to the door. Everyone finds the key to the door, and it's an amnesiac woman who, by the end of the episode, reveals to be the Heavenly Saint Lunagel. The next episode, we see she was there at the battle 15 years ago, where Blagel sacrificed himself to keep Infernaciel locked away. When the doors to the Hades gates were closing, she casted a key spell on herself to connect her lifeline to keep the door shut. You think she would be safer in Magitopia, but instead, one of her and Blagel's companions, the Heavenly Saint Rigel, betrayed them and tried to kill her. What happened afterwards is a blur. She just ended up in our world with amnesia. And the episode ends with Lunagel kidnapped by Woolzard, the Hades gate rises to the surface, and Bracken breaks out. The next episode's great, but there's an inconsistency. Woolzard never gets around to killing her, so Bracken shouldn't have been able to break out. Or so I thought. You do see Woolzard using magic to undo the key spell, so from there I guess Bracken could have brute forced his way out. But they make it a point that if she dies, Bracken gets out, and they just didn't stick with it. And so, stage 18, Bracken walks through Magi King in round 1, and I love that everyone gets scared for a moment. It's just a nice flashback to episode 2 to reflect where they are now. And now, it's game time. Kai goes to save Lunagel from Woolzard while everyone else holds off Bracken until he gets back. And here's that second wind coming in. Kai charges up and knocks Woolzard the hell back, saving Lunagel. Woolzard still lives, but he disappears after this. So Kai comes back, he goes Fire Kaiser, and knocks back Bracken. This is also, unfortunately, the last time we see Fire Kaiser. Sad. And Magi King claps back with a peak finishing move. They get a new spell, and it's their mother right alongside them to deliver to the final blow to Bracken. This scene, this moment, the intensity, this is the tokusatsu equivalent of the father-son Kamehameha, but instead of dad motivating you to get angry from the afterlife, it's mom encouraging you to stab someone. And yeah, they kill Bracken. R.I.H. He will not be missed. But real talk, he was a serviceable villain. Like, he's the one who got the ball rolling. But shoot, we're not done yet. Our main villain was defeated. Great. That's out of the way. Now all that's left is Woolzard and Vancuria. Or so you think.